What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. In this one, we did something a little bit different than that I'm used to. We went out and did a little bit of scouting on some public land, and I've only hunted public one time before, and it was elk hunting in Colorado, and it's definitely a lot more difficult than somewhere that you have knowledge of, I guess. But I was told late season last year that this place, it looked pretty good, so I decided I wanted to go check it out and just have a change of scenery and put a new challenge to it. And so that's what we're doing in this video, moving some blinds around and stuff like that. But before we get into the video, I want to go into the verse of the for this week. This one came to me as our preacher, Pastor Jamie Crawford. He'll send out a text message to us about every morning, and it'll have a word that God gives him for the day. And after reading it, that's when this verse came to me, and it's Luke 15:20, and I'm gonna read this. Just to shorten it up a little bit, I'll kind of tell you what's going on in this story. The story is called The Parable of the Lost Son, and it's Jesus is telling a story showing how, or to show how God's love is for each and every one of us. For whenever you first come to God, and so it's in the story, it's got a man and his sons, and one son tells his father to give him all of his inheritance, and so that he can leave and go do his own thing. So he pretty well tells his father, I wish you were dead, and so give me all that you promised to me. And which is pretty bad right there. But then he goes off, spends all the money and everything that he has, and ends up there being a famine go through that land, and he's stuck out feeding pigs, and doesn't have anything to eat or anything like that. And he starts saying, look at all my father's hired servants and how they have plenty to eat and some left over. And he says, so I'll just go to my father and ask him to make me one of his servants so that I can at least eat that way. And then in verse 20, it says, and he arose and came to his father. But when he was still a great way off, his father saw him and had compassion and ran and fell on his neck and kissed him. If you go into verse 21, it says, and the son said to him, Father, I have sinned against heaven and in your sight, and am no longer worthy to be called your son. But the father said to his servant, bring out the best robe and put it on him, and put a ring on his hand and sandals on his feet. And bring the fatted calf here and kill it, and let us eat and be merry. For this my son was dead and is alive again. He was lost and is found. And they began to be merry. And what it showed me was relating my experience to it. I've heard people say a lot, I'll get right one day, or I have to work on myself before I can become a Christian and stuff, saying I gotta get myself right. And it shows me that you don't have to get right to go to God. You go to God first, and he's the one that'll make you right. Like my whole situation, before I came to God, I wasn't living according to his word or anything, and it just kept on bugging me to where at one point I was finally like, God, I need your help. I need you to help me. I went to him, and then that day, the weekend, I ended up in the church, and while I was in the church that day, I say it was like God spoke to me right then and there. It's like every word that was spoken was directed to me and was what I was going through at the time. And after that, that's whenever I gave my heart to Jesus. And that's when he took all that I was doing back then and removed it from me. He's the one that made me right. It's nothing that I could do. It's all him and his power. And it just showed me. If you go later on, farther into it, into verse 29, it says the brother was mad because his brother had did all what he did, and the father was still happy to bring him back. And so in verse 29, the brother says, so he answered, and he said to his father, Lo, these many years I have been serving you. I never transgressed your commandment at any time, and yet you never gave me a young goat that I might make merry with my friends. But as soon as this son of yours, who has devoured your livelihood with harlots and killed the fatted calf for him. And he said to him, Son, you are always with me, and all that I have is yours. It was right that we should make merry and be glad, for your brother was dead and is alive again, and was lost and is found. And like I said, it says that every time somebody comes to know God, accepts Jesus into their heart as their Lord and Savior, it says there's thousands of angels rejoicing in heaven over every one sinner that comes to accept Jesus as Lord. And I just wanted to share that one. I felt like that's what needed to be said. But just so you know that you don't have to get yourself right to go to God. You go to God, and He's the one that will help you get right. He can break any addiction. He can break anything that you're going through, anything that you think is holding you back from being with Him. Just go to God and ask Him to take it away from you. Ask Him to be Lord in your life, and He'll do it. I know He did me, and if He does it for me, He'll do it for each and every one of you out there. And so I just hope this word encouraged somebody out there today. But I hope y'all enjoy the video, and I'll catch y'all later. See y'all. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing a little bit of scouting. I just found out about a little piece of public hunting land about almost an hour away from the house, and I was told it looks pretty good, and I looked at a couple of map images and stuff, and it looks like it'd be pretty cool to change the scenery, just something new. And so we're gonna go out here and look at it and see if there's anything for sign, and maybe put up a camera, and hopefully it don't get stolen, and see what kind of deer are moving through this place. In the pictures, it looks like it should be pretty cool. It'd be a pretty fun hunt, I think. But we're gonna get out here, get on the road, and see what we can get into today. Y'all stay tuned. Made it here. Now I just gotta find out where exactly I can hunt at. The sign doesn't really say much. This stuff's all said, this is gonna be my first time really going in on public land hunting. I went once a couple years back up in Colorado, but it is a little bit different. Alright, so right now just kind of riding the roads, kind of getting the lay of everything. Trying to see if we can maybe cut a crossing or find some kind of track. So far I haven't seen any deer tracks at all. This is all pretty thick. I don't know the best way to hunt up. I did see one, a set of twisted wires over there right on the edge of the state land. So I might go that way and see if there's any sign. This isn't very big at all. Not this size. Unless I'm missing a lot of it, which I probably am. We found one crossing one little trail. It opens up a little bit. I'm not seeing any track. There's a bunch of laid down grass, but I'm not seeing any deer tracks. We're gonna ease on through, see if it opens up or anything like that. Like I said, all this stuff is super thick. Like, you can see through. It's like that everywhere. There's like really no way to walk through it. There's a lot of acorns and stuff, so could be deer around. I've been walking for probably 30 minutes now. I still haven't cut a single track. Plenty of places for them to be, plenty of food and everything for this area, but We're still not very far off the road, and there is quite a few people around here. That's all way too thick. Alright guys, we walked and walked and walked and walked up and down these ravines and everything, and didn't ever catch not one deer track. Didn't have no drop-ins, no nothing. So they might be coming through here later on in the season, I don't know, but I couldn't find any sign of them at all. And so I think we're gonna give this place a pass. It would be fun to hunt. It's real pretty, but it's just super thick. There's not a whole lot of room to walk at all for a deer or anything. There's a lot of food, but just not a whole lot of room, and especially for how many people are in here too. But because it's got a lake just right on the other side, back over this way, and there's people all the way around it right now. But so we're gonna go on, head back home, and we're gonna move some more blinds around today, I think, and do a little bit of modifications to some of them so that we can fit the longbow in them. And I'll pick you all up then. Alright, so we're at the blind now. It's about 1 o'clock now, but here's what we're working with. Scoot back so y'all can see it. We built this one with the intention of making it look like a hay bale, and we just built it out of, I think we used 2 hog panel, and I think we used 2 16-foot sticks of 1-inch angle iron. But let me just go on in. Just made it here. It turned out pretty good. It actually covers up pretty good. We had the whole backside line with cedar limbs, and then you just go and, dude, just fell out of my pickup and scratched it all up. Butthead. Now you're a real butthead. You peed on it. But we're gonna try to get it loaded up and then move it to the edge of a wheat field. Dude, here. Stay over here. We're gonna take it onto a place around the section and put it on the edge of a wheat field, and hopefully it'll do better then. With the longbow, I'm thinking, well, even with my recurve and stuff, I had to shoot off my knees or else it would hit the roof of it. And I brought some bolt cutters, which cuts this stuff pretty easy. And thinking about just trimming out just a hole, and so it doesn't stop water or anything like that anyway. So that way it'll have a spot for my limbs to stick through, and I don't got to worry about, dude, come on. Then I don't got to worry about hitting the top. But let's try to get this stuff set up, and we'll get it loaded up. See if we can get it over there. I don't remember if I have this tied down or not. Might be. Watch, there's a hornet nest in there, guys. So watch, there's a hornet nest in there. Right there, yeah. Look at all these ladybugs. There's probably like 20 or 30 of them in a big old wall right there. Yeah. Alright, we got everything loaded up. We're heading out now. Going to the place around the other side. Got all the old grass cleaned off from it and everything. And like I said, whenever we get it set up, once it gets closer to season, probably next month or so, then towards the end of next month, we'll go in and grass it all back in, get it all covered back up, and see if we can produce a deer out of it. We got quite a bit of rain yesterday, so hopefully we can get into this place that we're going. And get it in there, get it set up, and get back home. It's super hot today. Muggy. See if we can fit. Yeah, we fit. Luckily, Dad came out and helped me, or else that would have been a real booger to get in onto the trailer by myself. So I say it's real lightweight, but it's so wide and tall, it's kind of awkward to move around by yourself. But I'll pick you all up when we get to the field. Alright guys, so we got it put out. I didn't really film much. All we did was unhook the trailer and just dropped it off. It's super grown up all out through here, more than either one of us had ever seen. And so there's we're gonna have to come back with a weed eater and a hedge trimmer and get all the grass cut to brush it in. So we're just gonna wait until closer to season, and we'll just use all that we cut to brush it in with. It's just in between 2 hackberry trees, and right on the edge of this will all be wheat, and should do pretty good, especially with a rifle. I might put a little bit of corn out here to see if we can pull some deer in. And usually they don't bother corn out here all that great for some reason, but we'll get it tried out. I got a new rifle in, so I'm gonna go over here and see if it'll shoot, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. See y'all.